Ellie, I know what we're gonna do today.
What are we
We're gonna
gonna do
make
today?
another episode. We're gonna make another episode of the A Miners podcast. This is
Whoa,
episode 4.
whoa, man.
Pretty cool.
Yep,
No
it's
guests this time because we're lonely,
yep.
but
And no one is
you
cool
still
enough to
have
be
your
on our
favorite
podcast.
comedic duo.
Yep, it's totally
What was
not
that?
because anyone didn't want to be on our podcast. Nope, we actually have
Nope.
so many people that want to be on.
There's so many people in line, and we're just like we had to reject all of them
Yep.
because there were just too many people. And so we're like, you know what? To make this fair, we're gonna have no one be on our podcast
If everyone's
for
on
this
the A
week.
Miners podcast, no one will.
No one will be. Nice Incredibles reference for you there. Anyway, this is
My
post
name
Game
is not
Awards.
Friday.
This is post Game Awards,
Words.
post the whatever other events have happened since then. I'm sure something has happened because it's 2020.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, here we are. And
What is up, guys?
sorry we didn't do it for a couple weeks because
It was Zach.
I'm just a busy boy.
Yeah, it's yeah.
Anyway,
Anyway,
well, our first topic is the Game Awards.
yes,
How did you
it's
feel
the
about the
Game
Game Awards,
Awards.
Ellie?
I liked it. The announcements they were they
Well, you're cutting out
They
a lot.
were they were good, but I'm cutting out. Yeah, guys,
There we go. Yeah, say that again.
it's like 11 years old.
Hey, you know what? It's not my fault. My ping sucks. It's actually at 96, so it's actually not terrible. But
Oh,
my
it's from
bar cutting out.
96.
Anyway,
It's
what were
from
we saying?
1996. That's pretty old.
It is. That explains a lot.
Yeah.
So, how'd you feel about the Game Awards?
Um, I liked it. The announcements were good. The the actual I think all the games that won deserved it. Even The Last of Us, even if that's like unpopular, I liked the game.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you can just I guess accept other people's opinions for something. But
Well, my thoughts, considering the fact that I'm like an all Nintendo gamer, I was very disappointed because I've
yeah,
never played a Final Fantasy game, so the Smash reveal, like, I was just like, Okay.
same.
And Breath of the Wild 2 didn't even win most anticipated game, which is false, rigged,
Yeah,
0 out of
yeah.
10.
I think Elden Ring won, which I guess makes sense. But
Elden.
Breath of the Wild 2, I was really actually expecting that one to win.
Yeah, like Breath of the
But I
Wild is
guess
like
it
known as one
didn't.
of the best games of all time. How does its sequel not?
It,
Anyway,
I mean,
whatever,
it won Game
whatever,
of the
whatever.
Year.
Just people are. I know if it won
It
Game of the
won.
Year, then why didn't it
Yeah,
win? Why didn't it win a
exactly.
game most anticipated sequel?
I don't know.
It's just
It's great.
asinine.
I got that reference. Yeah, but I don't know. I'm. I still have, and I was still hoping that if it did win, we'd get a trailer and a release date for this spring, or at least sometime in 2021. So I really
Mm-hmm.
need that game, but
I do
I
too.
guess I can wait.
Yeah. Well, I think that we are going to get some information on it fairly soon
Same. I,
because I think my theory is it's going to release late next year. So I'm thinking like December 2021
I
would
hope
be my
not.
guess.
That's so long.
Well, hey, I think that's being generous to be honest. I don't think it'll release before then. I mean
Are
it
there
might,
are there any
but I don't
other
think it will.
like I guess flagship Nintendo games that are coming out next year or coming out?
Not that I can think of right now. Like we're still waiting on Metroid Prime 4, which was like announced like at E3 2017 and we still heard nothing about it since.
Yeah.
What else?
Um,
Pokemon Snap 2 isn't that in development?
I have no idea.
New Pokemon Snap? I think
I
so.
don't really follow Pokemon because
Well, I do.
okay. Yeah, but yeah, I can't think of anything. And next year is the 35th anniversary of Zelda, isn't it? So we could get so that would be a
Is
good
it
year
next
for
year?
the sequel to release. Or maybe we'll get like a 3D All-Stars Zelda.
Yeah. Okay, what three 3D Zelda games would you pick for a 3D All-Stars collection of Zelda? Like if it was like Mario 3D All-Stars, it was just 3 games. What
That's
would like three
that's
3D games, what would they be?
that's kind of hard because it's
Yeah.
like there I guess my three picks would be Wind Waker, Twilight Princess, and Skyward Sword. But Wind Waker and Twilight
Mhm.
Princess were on the Wii U,
Those have
and
already
I
been
owned Wind Waker
they've already been
HD for the Wii U.
remade.
but they could
Yeah.
be just released again because you don't have them on the Switch, and
Mm-hmm.
the Switch is a lot different than the Wii U because you can bring it anywhere.
This is true.
So I don't know.
My guess for Zelda's 35th anniversary, they'll port Wind Waker and Twilight Princess HD to the Switch since those are already games on the Wii U. I think
Yeah.
they would port those to the Switch. And then as far as like a 3D All-Stars collection, if I were to pick 3 games, I don't know. I'd say Skyward Sword would be one of them
Mm-hmm.
because like I'd say Ocarina of Time, Skyward Sword, and I don't because I'm trying to think of like so GameCube. So this is what Nintendo did. They released a Nintendo 60 like the first 3D Mario game on the Nintendo 64, the sequel to it on the GameCube, and then the Wii one.
Mm-hmm.
So if they did a Wii one, it would probably be Skyward Sword because Twilight Princess was remade in HD on the Wii U.
Mm-hmm.
So and then Ocarina of Time was on the 64. So as far as GameCube, Wind Waker was on the GameCube, but that already got an HD port. So I don't know what other like 3D Zelda games are
I
there
don't know. I would
that
say like I
that are like
think Ocarina
popular.
of Time would be a game that would be chosen. I think it would,
Yeah.
and then I think Skyward Sword also. But a third one,
Mhm.
I think I don't know. I
Um.
keep thinking like Majora's Mask, but I don't know if I'd really want that
Yeah.
as
Yeah,
the
because
third
it's
game.
like.
Uh,
Yeah, I mean that's like probably the most popular one, but I know a lot of people don't really like that game,
mhm.
and I've never played it, so I wouldn't actually know. But I've just
Yeah.
like I've kind of gotten I've heard mixed opinions on it.
Hmm.
I heard some people that love it and some people that don't really like it.
Yeah.
But however, I would love. I know they remade Ocarina of Time on the 3DS, but like I think that's like a. I'd love an HD remake. That'd be so sick.
Hmm.
Well, like just at least to be in HD.
I was not a fan of
Because
it on the 3DS.
really, why not?
Uh, well, I liked it. I thought it was good. It's just you could tell the game wasn't designed for a 3DS, I guess.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
because like
I can see that.
if a game like A Link Between Worlds is designed for the 3DS, then it works. But I
Hmm.
don't know. But third game, I don't know. Maybe they would do like a game like Phantom Hourglass.
Yeah, like an obscure one like that.
Maybe the 3D All Stars will only have 2 games or 1 game. Maybe we won't get any. We'll just get games. Hopefully not for
Yeah,
$60. But
hopefully
I don't
not
know.
$60. That would kind of suck, but whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my guess would be they would remake Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, and Skyward Sword. That would be my guess,
Hmm.
and then they would port Twilight Princess HD and Wind Waker HD,
Hmm.
and
Now.
because they did Link's Awakening already on the Switch. So like
Yeah.
there's just and I just don't think I mean they might cuz it's Nintendo, but I just wouldn't
Hmm.
imagine they would put a game in a collection like that's already like a that's already been remade in HD that they could just so easily port to the Switch from the Wii U, you know?
Yeah.
So, well,
Hmm.
okay, what I would like to know go ahead. And then your
I was
question.
just gonna say, I think you know how we had a remake of a Zelda game like last year, and like
Mhm.
Link's Awakening, and I thought that was really cool. I didn't buy it yet, but what if they like
Yeah, me neither.
I think Ocarina of Time would be a perfect game to remake, as long as it like
Mhm.
does what a Link's Awakening did, didn't actually like take up, I guess, development time for Breath of the Wild or its sequel. It just
Mhm.
its own thing. Because I think that would be a perfect game to just
Yeah.
remake.
Yeah,
So.
I would. I don't think they would do that, but Ocarina of Time is a great game. Like it's so good.
Hmm.
So I would love to see that on Switch one way or another.
Yeah, and
Okay,
yeah, it
what
would
are
be
your
cool.
top? Yes. What are your top 3 Zelda games?
Top 3 Zelda games.
Yeah, if you had to pick
I
three,
guess
2D or 3D.
num okay, number 3, I guess would be probably I don't know, probably Twilight Princess. Number 2 would be
Mhm.
Wind Waker, and number 1 would be Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, I would say number 3 for me would actually be A Link to the Past
Uh huh.
because I love that game so much. I
Yeah.
have not. I've played Wind Waker, but I've
Mm.
never beaten it. So I
Oof.
wouldn't. I'm sure if I'd beaten it, that would be on the list. But like, I don't
Yeah.
know. There was just some parts of it. Like I didn't like going out like I didn't like having to sail. I didn't like
Yeah.
that part. And there were just some things like I didn't really like about that game.
Yeah.
But the
It's
stuff that
fair.
was good was very good.
Mm-hmm.
But I do. I've never played Twilight Princess either.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I would say A Link to the Past, Ocarina of Time, and Breath of the Wild.
Yeah. That's fair. And regarding the sequel for Breath of the Wild, are you excited for it?
Heck yeah, Breath of the Wild is like my second favorite game of all time. So
Yep, because he likes Odyssey more, and that no,
I
that
do. Don't kill me,
it's
please.
mediocre in my opinion, but it's
Wow.
fun. It's a good game, so don't hate me either. Um, yeah. But for me, I'm also super excited for it. I just would like to
Mhm.
know when it's coming out, even if it's coming out in 2030. At least I know.
Yeah.
'Cause,
2030? Wow, that would be
that would be
such
horrible.
a bummer.
I, I think my hype would die, and then it would grow back in
Yeah,
the
mine
next
would
day.
too. Yeah, it's
But
like when they announce like a remake of a show, but like, and they're like, "Oh, I'm so excited," but then like 5 years pass, and you're like, "Don't like the show anymore."
yeah,
So it's just, yeah.
yeah, because I'm kind of glad that 'cause I always liked Zelda games when I was growing up, but I was never like, I guess I actually didn't know about Breath of the Wild being in development until like 2015 or 16, just because
Mhm.
I was younger and I wasn't really following that kind of stuff, so I just didn't know.
Yeah, me too.
And I'm like super grateful that I didn't know because I can't
Yeah.
imagine waiting.
That would have been a long 6 years.
Yeah, and I really don't. I hope Breath of the Wild 2 does not take that long to make. I don't think it will, but
Yeah,
because
it's the same engine. I'd assume at least.
it's already been about a year of development, so I'm thinking I still think 2021 will probably be the release year.
Mhm.
Spring would be epic, but I guess anytime
I
before I
think that's
die is
unlikely,
okay.
but I would love that.
But yeah, because I'm planning on playing Breath of the Wild before, like, right before Breath of the Wild 2 launches. I'm gonna start Breath of the Wild like a month before it releases, so I have a month to play through the game again and just hop right into the sequel right after.
Right, yeah.
Because I don't know, I like doing that. I've done that with multiple games that have like sequels, and it's just kind of cool after so many years. It finally has like a continuation, and having it be like right
Right.
after you beat it. But
I know, cause they're like, yeah, that's kind of one of my main issues with Zelda games is like, I love the story in some of them, but then like you never hear anything about it ever again.
yeah,
And
and
I think with Breath of the Wild, they're kind of
yeah,
not doing that. So
because like I remember with like Twilight Princess, Skyward Sword, like I was so invested into those characters, but you never see them again, or at least
I know
those
it just sucks.
incarnations, and it's just sad. And with Breath of the Wild, I got like super into the characters, and I was like so
Me
sad
too.
when it was over, especially since there was almost no story. Like there were like only
Yeah.
like 12 or so cutscenes, a little more with the DLC,
Hmm.
but they were all like 30 seconds long, and I'm like, what is this? I want more. And
I
so
know. Yeah.
it's just I don't know. I hope we get more story with the sequel. I really hope we get more story. I think we will, and I don't
Hmm.
know, because I don't know what the story will be. It probably won't involve the champions, but it could. It could still be there.
Yeah.
But I think if
I don't think
anything,
it will.
I think we'll get the new, the new champions. I guess
Well, I don't know what that means because I haven't played Age of Calamity, but okay.
the new champions like Sidon and
Oh, okay. I thought you were like spoiling Age of Calamity.
bruh,
I'm like, shut up.
the new champion. Like, what do you mean? But yeah, no. I think we'll definitely see them, but I think I don't know.
Hmm.
I don't. People like always wanted their like the original champions to be brought back to life, and like I
Yeah.
want that too, but like it really
I also
diminishes their
don't.
death. And I'm like, well,
Right.
then it's not as epic or sad. And I guess,
Yeah.
but like after like playing Age of Calamity, it's like, well, we already. I guess now it's different because like we've seen all those we've seen all the like the four champions again before they die,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like wow, we've seen them so much now. Maybe it wouldn't be so bad if they were brought back because we've seen it so much. But I don't know. I
Right.
don't know. And like, oh, it's just. And I also wonder how long will the sequel be to play? Like, because
Yeah.
will it be kind of more linear? Will we even get to play? I think we'll get to play in the actual overworld again. I hope so,
Yeah.
at least, because that'd be sad if we couldn't. But I don't, I don't know because and then like, what would be so different that would make people interested again? Like, they
Mm-hmm.
can't get they can't really get rid of the shrines because those are like a big part of the story. I guess so just
Yeah.
them being gone would just kind of not make sense. But I think it's also
Uh-huh.
fine if they are there. We just can't enter them. But
Yeah.
because it doesn't really matter, they're not important to that story. And like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, and I've also seen complaints about like, well, we're not going to be able to explore the world in the sequel. And I'm like, yeah, but that's not really the point. Like, the Breath of the Wild is like us, like, and Link, like, because we both don't really know the world, so we're exploring it pretty much together. Because he's like the link between us and the game.
He's the link between
And
worlds, you might say.
whoa, yeah, exactly. But like
Yeah.
the sequel, well, it's not really to explore the world. It's not the point. We already know the world. We can just do whatever, I guess. But that's
Yeah.
just my opinion.
Mm-hmm. I get what you're saying, and I do hope like I wouldn't mind if like exploration was not as big of a deal as it was like as it is in Breath of the Wild because
Yeah.
because like that's just not what really Zelda games did in the
Hmm.
past. They just kind of like I mean like you could go to like dungeons at any time, but like there was not something to do like at every spot in the game. Like in Ocarina of Time,
Yeah.
Hyrule Field, you would just like go around. That's like that was just like your transition in between the dungeons and
Yeah.
stuff. So like I think that um what Breath of the Wild 2 should do, I think it should be like some kind of middle ground maybe. Or
Hmm.
maybe not. Maybe because they want to stick to like the open end of Breath of the Wild, which I loved, so like I'd be fine with that. But I
Hmm.
just know that like
And
a lot of people are just like I like Breath of the Wild as a game, but not as a Zelda game.
yeah, and
So
I don't really like when people say that. Like Breath of the Wild's not a true Zelda game. Well, I don't really. What makes a Zelda game a true Zelda game? Just because like they've
right,
kind of stayed the same over the so many years, it doesn't really make like a game that's different not a Zelda game. Like because like look
right,
at Mario games. Like none of not barely any of them are like the same. So like are none of them an actual true Mario game? Is the only true one
right.
from the original like Super Mario Bros. Like I don't know.
Uh huh. Yeah, because they're 2D and 3D Mario games, and those are like so different from each other. Like comparing like
Yeah.
New Super Mario Bros. To Mario Galaxy, they're just like totally
Mhm.
different things.
And like even comparing Galaxy and 3D World are completely different. So
Right.
just because they're 3D, it doesn't mean they're the same or even close. So
Mm-hmm.
and like so and also with the sequel, what are your do you have any theories about what the story could be based on the
Well,
trailer?
I think that based on the trailer, I have no idea. Like I've like it did not
Yeah.
make that much sense, but I guess that was the
Yeah.
point. But like
Hmm.
I think it's so like at the end of Breath of the Wild, if you get all the memories and then beat the game, you get like an extra cutscene at the end, and it talks about like how Divine Beast Varuda has stopped working.
Yeah.
So I think it's gonna have something to do with that. Like
Yeah.
something has caused the Divine Beast, or maybe just Varuda, to stop working, and then Link and Zelda try to figure it out. But
Yeah.
then, like it's like they have to explore whatever is happening, and then it turns out I don't know Calamity Ganon is back, or some
Or
reincarnation of Ganon.
Ganondorf, you know.
Yeah, that would be so sick. I would love that so much. But
Hmm.
yeah, I think it's gonna be something along those lines. Because I think it'd be weird if they mention like Divine Beast Varuda stopped working. Let's check it out. But then like they don't say anything about it in
Yeah.
the sequel.
Because divine beasts are like those those type of things don't just stop working. Like,
Yeah.
it's not like a computer. It's
They can't reboot
completely
it.
yeah, just try turning
Well,
it
yeah,
off
because
and
those
on
things have
again.
been around for like centuries, and
Yeah, they're in
they
mountains.
worked.
They're in mountains
And
for
then they dug
thousands of
them up, and they
years.
still
Yeah,
worked.
yeah, exactly.
So yeah.
So something is definitely affecting it. And like
Mhm.
there's been theories about like underground, like maybe there's an entire like another open world, I guess, like but it's underground. And I think that could be
Yeah.
interesting. Even if it's, but I don't know, would it be like a bunch of tunnels or would it be like a huge like open thing? Like I don't know. Like
Mhm.
'cause I guess either could work. 'Cause it'd be kind of cool. But I don't know. And like then there are theories about like could because I really like this one where it's like could can parts of the map actually like move around? Because if you kind of look
Right.
at it, like the Great Plateau, it has snow on it, and it's snowing in like the top left, I guess, corner of it or top right, and like
Mhm.
right and like outside of the Great Plateau, you're entering like the Gerudo Desert, so it doesn't really match up. But I guess, if you switched it with the Korok Force, then the climates would match, and I guess, and that would
Yeah.
and that would be a game changer for like timelines, because then it would finally be like, oh, so this is why Temple of Time is on the other side of the map in Breath of the Wild, but it's right
That'd be
behind
so
the
cool.
castle in Ocarina of
Like
Time. Like
like if there
she
was
could
like an
actually
actual
move them.
canon explanation for that.
Yeah, just making all the games more connected. Because like
Mhm.
I'm not sure if Nintendo's actually said this about like the story, but like they're not too into like the timeline or like how a game's connected, which is fine. But like if
Right.
you're gonna make games with such like in-depth stories, it's kind of lame to not really like try and connect them, I guess. Especially when
Uh-huh.
your fans really want that. So
Mhm.
I don't know.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I my kind of problem is that like we were talking about earlier, they just kind of pretend like the other one never existed, and it's just like a totally different Link and Zelda every game,
Mm-hmm.
and which kind of sucks because like you get really invested in the story and then it's over.
Yep.
Um, but I think that like they should come up with some explanation as to like why
Mm-hmm.
the map moves around like you said, and I get that the thing about the Zelda games is a, like I think all of them except for Breath of the Wild, you name your character. So you're not always actually playing as Link technically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I think that's kind of their explanation for why there are so many Links except for Breath of the Wild. So I think that's really cool,
Yeah.
and I would like to like just follow the story of Link and Zelda from Breath of the Wild because it's my favorite Link and Zelda. I
Mm-hmm.
like their designs. I like their characters the
Yeah.
best. So
It's also
if there's
yeah.
one game I'd like the story to continue, it's Breath of the Wild.
Yeah. And I really like how like the one Zelda game that they continue the story of is like the one where I was like most invested. I just think that's super
Same.
cool. And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my god, just keep
Breath.
doing this.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Breath of
like,
the Wild is the only Zelda game I've beaten. I've played all the other ones, but like this is the only one I've
oh,
really gotten invested into.
yeah, that's fair. And like, I have a friend who Breath of the Wild was his first Zelda game, and he
Mm-hmm.
really liked it, and he tried to play other Zelda games, but he just wasn't into it. He said that they just weren't as
Yeah.
good, and I think that's like fair because like the games are older, they may be
Mm-hmm.
fun, but it's just if you're expecting Breath of the Wild and other Zelda games, you're gonna get disappointed.
Right.
So I guess it's
Yeah.
probably good to play like maybe Ocarina of Time or Wind Waker before Breath of the Wild, just so
Mm-hmm.
see if you like other Zelda games, just so you're not disappointed and not liking Zelda games, and you only like Breath of the Wild. So
Right. Yeah. I Breath of the Wild wasn't my first Zelda game, but it was. Was it? No, it wasn't the first one I owned either. But it was the first that like I was like I really like actually felt like I really wanted to complete.
hmm
It was like the only one that I was like I really
yeah,
want to beat this because like there's so many options of what to do, and I really like that.
yeah,
And not to say that like it's a bad thing that Ocarina of Time and other games like that didn't do that, but it's just I don't know. It just kind of keeps me coming back to the game. That's what makes me want to keep playing the game after over 3.5 years. You know.
Mhm.
Okay, guys, sorry about that weird cut. My internet just like freaking died,
Yeah,
and yeah, we just had to restart it.
yeah,
But
his Wi-Fi's not
we are
good.
back. It is not. It is very bad. But hey, we are back, and we were talking about. We just finished our Zelda conversation about how Ellie he wants to play it before the sequel comes out and wants to play it like how he thinks Link would go about things. And we were going to transition into the Marvel shows.
The
So
new Marvel announcements.
yes, a bunch of them were announced on the night of the Game Awards. Pretty cool stuff.
And we
So,
got
Ellie,
some
what are your
trailers.
thoughts on all of them, and what are you most excited for?
I am super excited. Like, some people think that was a lot, and it was a lot, but I
It
think
was.
it's quality.
Yes.
And something I don't know what I don't think I'm most excited for anything, but there's some really cool ones. Like, I think
Mm-hmm.
one that's like really cool is What If, which I think is gonna be really
Yeah.
cool. And
Yeah, I agree.
w- so, what do you think would be a good What If story, or what is your favorite? I guess that you saw in the trailer.
I thought the one with if T'Challa was the one that like became Star Lord basically if he was the one who was taken by Yondu.
Yeah,
I thought that was so weird, but I thought it was cool, like mixing Wakanda and Guardians of the Galaxy.
yeah,
Um, and I think like a cool one that I would like to see would be like I know this isn't like a super pivotal moment,
hmm,
but I would like to see like what if Star Lord didn't freak out on Thanos and like they actually got the gauntlet off without him like waking up in Infinity War when they were fighting him on Titan.
yeah.
I would like to see something like that too.
That's a good one. Um, like if when you were watching the trailer, there's some parts from the first Thor movie, like, and it was like when Thor was trying to find Mjolnir inside like the
Mhm.
Shield camp, I guess, and I think a cool one would be like, what if when he found Mjolnir, what if he actually lifted it? Because I think
Oh yeah, that would be awesome.
that would be kind of cool, and like it would it probably would be different. I mean, I don't know how much different it would be, but he probably would have gone back to Asgard and like there probably still would have been some kind of fight, but it
Mhm.
probably wouldn't have been as cool, I guess. But I don't know.
Yeah.
There's just like a lot of stories, I guess, that could be shown off. Like, because I
Yeah.
really do like that T'Challa one. That
Oh
one I
yeah,
think
me
is
too.
cool, because it's like when you look at it, when in Guardians of the Galaxy, when Peter was like looking at when the ship was looking down at him, he was screaming like because he was scared. But in like with T'Challa, he was like, "Wow, that's pretty cool," because
Yeah.
he's pretty used to like I guess high tech stuff. And like
Right.
when he was talking with Yandu, they were getting along pretty well. So that's gonna be a
Mhm.
cool dynamic.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
I
like
would like go ahead.
go ahead.
Oh, okay. I would like to see uh what if maybe the ancient one didn't die in Doctor Strange?
Uh
How
huh.
that would play out, maybe?
Oh yeah. Cool.
Mhm.
And then another show that I think is gonna be cool would be the Armor Wars um with Don Cheadle with as James Rhodes.
Boom, you looking for this?
Boom, you're looking for this? Yes, I think that's gonna be really cool because it's that kind of story where it's like, what if Stark Tech falls in the wrong hands? Like, and we saw
Mhm.
a bit of that in Iron Man 2 with the guy I can't remember his name, the villain.
Whiplash.
Not oh yeah, Whiplash and the the rich guy.
I
Um,
do not know.
I'll look that up, but like
I
it was
forget a lot about Iron Man 2.
wow, you didn't like it?
I did not.
Why not?
I don't know. I just didn't like I did okay, so I didn't like the didn't really like the villain. He was kind of lame
Hmm.
in my opinion. And I did not like how the whole first one, like the whole first Iron Man movie is about like him kind of growing up and becoming a responsible adult. But then the second one it's just like that like totally just he just totally did not learn anything, like it's just
Well, he was dying.
he just Well, that's no excuse. I mean, it is, but still, that was like that kind of just ruins the whole point of the first movie, in my opinion, because
Nope.
he's like, I'm a responsible adult now, and then he's like, just kidding, I'm gonna get drunk at a party, and then I hate that. Okay, when like Rhodey gets into the armor, and
Hmm.
like they shoot like the beams at each other, and like it makes that
Yeah.
huge explosion. I'm like, oh, that's how they're gonna beat the villain, and that's how they beat the villain. Like that was so
Oh yeah.
predictable, and I just thought that
Yeah.
was
Same.
really stupid.
Well, I didn't think it was stupid. I thought it was cool. I like you knew that was going to be used again, but I don't know. And like
I
the
mean,
first Iron Man movie, it wasn't really about him. I guess growing up, it was about him kind of like learning about like being almost less selfish, like thinking about others
well,
than just
yeah,
himself.
yeah,
Because like canceling his weapon deals, counting everything about his company, and then becoming Iron Man and like saving people pretty much, and figuring out who in his life is actually worth something, and it's not Obadiah Stane, it's Pepper Potts. And then in Iron Man 2, it's
yeah,
him dealing with, I guess, himself because he's dying, and it's just I think it's different things he's like worrying about, and because Stark is always going to be like that, like he's always going to be goofy and like mess around, so because that's just who he is. Like I don't think that's just never going to change. But he just knows how to be responsible when he really needs to be when
yeah,
he's not dying.
yeah.
So,
Well,
but yeah.
I don't know. I just
So,
didn't like the way
anyways,
they handled it, but like, anyway.
I guess it's fair.
But
But anyways,
yeah, I mean,
with armor, I think that's just gonna be kind of cool because like also in Iron Man 2, he was like you just kind of saw Rhodey kind of being like, oh maybe keeping Stark's tech with Stark only is probably the best thing after the military starts messing with it, and he's kind of like, oh, maybe this should just kind of be kept secret, but because like with
yeah,
just and like in hand, he could come back because he went to jail, and he's a pretty big foe, I guess, to Stark in the comics.
mm-hmm.
And then you got movies like Ironheart, which that could be cool. I mean, I don't know much about the
That's gonna be a
character,
movie.
but TV show, I thought.
I thought you said it was a movie.
Oh, I meant TV show. But
Oh,
then,
okay.
yeah. But then
That's what I
there's
thought,
yeah.
but then you said,
But then there's
yeah,
also the Hawkeye TV show with Kate Bishop, and I think that's gonna be really cool
yeah.
because it's
I'm
gonna be
excited
like
for that.
a teacher-student kind of dynamic,
Mm-hmm.
and he's not because he Clint, he's not really Hawkeye anymore, not really.
Yeah,
He's Ronin, but but he
and
can,
his
but there's
dad.
still gonna be another Hawkeye, just like how there's another Captain America. So I think it's gonna be kind of cool. And then there's She-Hulk, which I'm excited for. Not a lot of people I've seen, but what about you?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really care about She-Hulk that much. I mean, I like it'll be cool, but like, I just don't really care that much.
Mm-hmm. Cause like I wonder how like we're most likely gonna see we're gonna see Mark we are gonna see Ruffalo in it, so that's gonna be cool. To see more Professor Hulk,
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm excited for that.
and because she's like the Hulk, but it's different because she kind of can control it a lot better because she wasn't like abused as a kid like how Banner was.
Mm-hmm.
So she doesn't
Mm-hmm.
have all this anger in her. So that's gonna be cool. And there's Captain Marvel
Yeah.
2, and then there's
Uh-huh.
the new
I know
Loki
everyone
show,
is
and then the
yeah.
Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Oh yeah. And WandaVision coming out next month. 1 month.
Yep, but I'm pretty excited
I
for
think
that.
it's a month from today, right? While we're recording this, month from
I
today.
I think so. Yep,
Mm-hmm.
January 15th. So and I think that's gonna be cool because it's gonna be like a bunch of like messing with your mind, I guess.
Yeah,
What's
it's like
real?
this whole show is gonna be the the scene from with Far From Home with Mysterio messing with Peter with the drones. Like that's gonna be the whole show. It seems like,
Oh yeah, but I mean,
which
I
I'm
was fine
excited
with that.
for.
I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
And then
That's like one
with
of my favorite
Falcon and the
MCU
Winter
scenes.
Soldier, yeah, and with Falcon and the Winter Soldier, I wonder how that's gonna be because because Cap gave Falcon the shield, but the show is called Falcon and the Winter Soldier, not Captain America and the Winter Soldier.
Yeah,
So
I think it's gonna be kind of. I think
like
it's gonna
what?
be about like how he becomes more Captain America. Like he has the shield, but I think the show is gonna be about like how he tries
Yeah,
to like live up to, I guess, the legacy of Captain America. That'd be my guess.
yeah. Because but it also could be like both of them kind of being Captain America because in the comics they both were
That'd be
Captain
cool.
America.
Mhm.
So we'll just have to wait and see for that one.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
We get out. And then Loki, I don't know what to expect from that at all.
Oh, I don't either. I think it's so weird. It's just I don't know what it is. It's just so weird to me that they're doing a whole show based on like one little part from Endgame, and it's like in an alternate timeline too. I mean,
Yeah,
that's really cool. Like I'm glad they're doing that. It's super weird to me. Like I just
yeah.
didn't think Marvel would do something like that for a whole show.
And then there's Miss Marvel. That I think
Mhm.
that's gonna be kind of cool. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, because she's probably about our age. She's like a teenager being a
Mhm.
superhero. That's pretty cool. Let's see. And
Yeah.
then
I'd be excited for that.
there's Captain Marvel 2, and then there's Secret Invasion.
Yeah.
And those are me. I think I'm hyped for both for Captain Marvel 2. I know people don't like Brie Larson or the movie or Captain Marvel, but
Yeah.
whatever. I'm excited.
Yeah,
And then
I'm excited for the. I just hope the second one's better than the first one. The first one wasn't bad, like I liked it, but it
mhm.
was just kind of overall it was just kind of meh in my opinion. Like
Yeah,
it was good. I don't get me wrong. I liked it, but I just wish it
that's
was there
that's
were just
fair.
I
And
just
we
wish
got
there
the
was some
Guardians holiday
there's
special.
I bet it's gonna be as good as the Star Wars Christmas special.
Oh yeah, that's good. I don't know if you can actually get better than the Star Wars Christmas special. To be honest,
Yeah,
that was
maybe
just
not.
perfection. And then
Masterpiece.
yeah, and then we also have the I Am Groot, the shorts for Baby
Mhm.
Groot, which I'm excited for, but Baby Groot is probably my least favorite Groot. So
Yeah, same.
I would like shorts with adult Groot because that's the best Groot.
Exactly, it is.
And then there's Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, which
Do you guys just put the word quantum in front of
is in front
everything?
of it. Yeah, I feel like they have to know that they're using quantum a lot.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the joke at this point.
Yeah, because Quantumania, that's kind of a weird name. Like, I don't know, I like it. It's just kind of weird. It's different.
Yeah.
But those movies have
Well,
also been different and kind of like, I guess, they're not serious movies. They're
they're like high
more
schoolies.
relaxing. Yeah,
Yeah. They're low stakes movies for the most part. Um
most part.
yeah, I would just like to I don't know. I just don't know like what else they could do with the quantum realm because the first Ant-Man movie, it's about him like kind of discovering what the quantum realm is and like how um Michelle Pfeiffer, what's her character's name? Um Whatever her name is.
Yeah,
uh she
yeah.
she kind of gets trapped in it, and then that's like the whole thing of the
Hmm.
first one. And then it's like how he gets trapped in there, and then is able to escape. Then that's what the whole second one is about. It's about trying to get Michelle Pfeiffer out, but I just don't know. Like nothing has been really set up for a third movie, so I just don't know what they would do with the quantum realm in the
Yeah,
third one. I'm sure it'll. I know they're gonna come with something. I just don't know what to expect.
because it could be time travel for all we know. It could be
Yeah,
because
because that
like
was yeah Endgame.
Marvel is kind of going into the multiverse kind of direction with Doctor Strange and hopefully Spider-Man 3 with
I
Toby and
I would
Andrew
I would love that. That would like actually make me so happy.
with Spider-Man.
Yeah, like if we got Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire in the third Spider movie,
Yeah,
that would just be perfection.
It would be cool. And like I wonder what what would be the movie? Like what would be the point? Would it be
I don't know, cause like they've done Into the Spider Verse, but that wasn't really like a crossover of the ring. Like it was just kind of
hmm
like totally different Spider people. But the thing about because
yeah,
Tom Holland, Andrew Garfield, and uh, Tobey
Toby.
Maguire
They're all
is
pretty
they're
similar.
all like, yeah, they're all Spider-Man, Peter Parker.
hmm
So
They're like
yeah,
they have
that's
different
just
stuff, but like it's not too different.
mm-hmm.
Like I don't know. Like in I guess in Tobey Maguire, the love interest is Mary Jane, and we do see Gwen Stacy, but not much. But then in
Yeah,
the
and
Amazing
then
Spider-Man,
Amazing Spider-Man
there
is
is
Gwen
no
Stacy.
MJ. It is just Gwen Stacy
Mm-hmm.
until she dies, sadly. Which
I know that was
I
so
wish she
sad.
didn't, but especially since the third one was canceled. That
I know
that
that just like
was
it ends on a cliffhanger too. It was just like
oh yeah,
pain.
Rhino. Yeah. But who knows? Maybe we'll see Andrew getting Gwen back. Then we'll see Toby. I don't know. Uh, well, there are rumors about like the guy who played Doctor Octopus or Doctor Octavius
Doc
from
Ock.
Spider-Man 2. So maybe he'll be like Toby's like, oh, he gets his former mentor back. So that could be something.
Yeah.
And then well, Tom Holland's Peter Parker really hasn't lost, I guess, anything that would actually be make sense to come back. Because like if you brought Tony
Mm-hmm.
back, then it's like, oh, okay,
Yeah, they're not gonna do that.
no,
I mean, if I seriously doubt it, and if they do, I'll be very mad
he's
and
gonna be a
upset.
zombie if they bring him back.
The MCU will just turn into Last of Us.
Oh yeah.
um, but so yeah, I mean, I would just so the thing about the Andrew Garfield like with Gwen Stacy, I would just like to see what they kind of do with um like if he were to be in Spider-Man 3, what like how
hmm
that would like what if it's the same Andrew Garfield Spider-Man from the Amazing Spider-Man, then like how maybe talk about like he'll probably like he'll be older probably in it, like he'll be like an adult. So I just want to see what they would do, like how we
hmm
would talk about Gwen Stacy, or like maybe how he act like what ended up happening at the end of the Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Yeah. Because the best part of those movies, in my opinion, was the relationship between Gwen and Peter.
Mhm.
Because I don't know, that was the best part. So then when Gwen dies, it's like, oh, that really sucks. Especially since we don't get
Mhm.
a third one.
Yeah.
That was pretty disappointing. But I
Right.
don't know. I don't know. Anything could happen in that movie, just like Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah.
Like, and
With
that
Wanda
movie
Maximoff.
is directed by Sam Raimi, who did the Tobey movies.
That's just like, wow, come on, do something, Sam Raimi, do something cool with the multiverse,
Exact,
please.
exactly. But hopefully Sony allows him to do something if he wants to.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know. Anything could happen in those movies.
Yeah.
Is there?
Well,
What are
that's
you? Is there that like the MCU does storyline that
is the
you
what?
hope is that happens in the MCU?
Is there something I hope that will happen in the MCU?
Yeah. Is there a character you hope to see or a storyline that you hope to see?
Um, nothing I can really think of, just other than like Spider-Man multiverse stuff.
Yeah.
Um, that would be that's probably the thing I want most, or maybe like even Miles Morales, because like Miles Morales is like he's like technically part of the MCU, so just something about
Yeah.
him being some kind of Spider-Maning thing happening with him
Uh
would
huh.
be cool.
I think that would be
Um,
cool. But like, I hope
yeah,
with Miles, and I kind of hope we get to see Peter a bit more. You know, just like maybe we don't see Miles until it's 26 or something. You know, for us, just because I kind of want more time with Peter
yeah,
before
same.
Miles takes the spotlight. Because like usually with Miles, it's he becomes Spider-Man after Peter dies, or
Mm-hmm.
Peter dies right after, or like very close to Miles getting his powers. So, and I don't really
Yeah.
want that Peter dying yet.
Yeah, me neither. Well, okay, so let's see. In Into the Spider-Verse, he died at 26, but it's not the same Earth. Like it's Earth
Yeah.
whatever, it's 5000001 or whatever the Earth is in
Mm-hmm.
the MCU. But so it's a different timeline. But Peter Parker did die at 26 in Into the Spider-Verse, and Miles Morales is part of the MCU. So maybe something
Mm-hmm.
like that'll happen. I don't know. Maybe not. Who knows?
Good. Get more Donald Glover.
Yep.
So that would be cool. Um,
Mm-hmm.
because and I also really like how like everything Marvel is kind of like is a certain Earth. Like they're all like everything Marvel is connected within the multiverse. Like
Mm-hmm.
if you look at the Lego games, like Lego Marvel Superheroes is in the multiverse. And then you look
Yeah.
at comics, they're connected with the movies. The movies are connected with video games even. So it's like, wow, that's
Mm-hmm.
pretty cool. So that's something I've always liked.
Yeah.
Like with
Yeah.
Zelda, like all the games are connected, and with Marvel, all the media, like all different kinds of media, they're all connected.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Well, yep, that's kind of our thoughts on Marvel. Anything else you want to add? Because that's all I wanted to say.
So Zach, you said you finished The Office finally.
I did. I did finish The Office.
How was it?
It was good. I was not a fan of the last 3 seasons. I did
Reese?
not hate them. I mean, they were good, but like, and they were just meh in my opinion, because
Mm-hmm.
season 7, even before Michael leaves, it's just like I don't know. I didn't love it. I feel like they kind of,
Yeah,
I don't know. They
that's
didn't like
fair.
it was still funny, but there were just some
Mm-hmm.
parts that were just like, I don't like. And once Michael left, like, I didn't hate the show, but that was just like, wow, what is the point of this anymore? And it was still
It
good.
was
Just
kind of
what they
weird.
did with the characters, I did not like. Like what they did
Like
with
who? Well,
Andy towards the end.
yeah, that's the biggest people hate is Andy. What happened to Andy?
I loved how
And
he became regional manager. That was cool. Spoilers, by the way, for a show that has been ended for like 8 years now. But anyway, I did like how he was regional manager. I thought that was
mm,
really cool. But then he like went on the cruise and then was with Aaron, but then like
yeah,
wasn't, and then he got fired,
because
and then he just
the whole
became like a big
reason,
loser.
yeah, the whole reason Andy even went on the cruise was because Ed Helms, the actor for Andy, was doing another role for another Hangover movie.
Oh, are
So
you
he had,
serious? I didn't know that.
yeah, he was doing like Hangover 2 or 3. So
Mm,
that's kind of that's a little disappointing, just because the
yeah.
Hangover movies aren't the best, and he kind of ruined the character a little bit
Mhm.
just for. But I don't know. I still like Andy, even though he like did some stuff that was questionable, like leaving Aaron for the cruise. But I also
Yeah.
didn't really like how Aaron ended up with Pete. I thought that was kind of
I didn't like that either.
it was they were setting up Andy and Aaron so much, and then nothing.
Yeah.
And
I
we
know.
still don't
That was
know
just
if they
like,
were together at the end.
yeah. Well, okay, so they were together, and then they weren't. And then they got together again for like a few episodes, and then Andy went on the cruise, and I was just like, really? Like, I don't know. And they were like, that was like, I was like, wow, I really shipped them. But then, nope, just nothing. It's kind of sad.
Who do you think your favorite character was?
Andy. So that's what that made it way worse
Oh
than
yeah,
he just like totally became a loser.
oh yeah. That. Mhm. What did you think of Andy and Angela?
I thought it was funny, but like I was like, okay, like at a certain point, it was funny for a little bit, but then like I was like, are they seriously gonna get married? Because like you knew they weren't.
Mm-hmm.
So like, and I feel like they kind of dragged out for longer than they needed to. But I mean, it was still funny. Like, and I didn't ever take the relationship seriously. So
Oh yeah, I didn't really either. Like I knew it was gonna
and
get like pretty serious, but that I knew nothing was actually gonna happen just because
yeah.
Dwight.
Mhm.
But Yeah.
Well, I thought that I was I thought I didn't think that like they were gonna split up the way they did,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know, like just I know Andy's not very smart, but he's not that dumb to a point where like, when he proposes, she's just like, "I said okay," like and then he's like, "Oh, she said yes." Like I don't think he's that stupid, you know.
Mm-hmm. Like, I think he's average intelligence. Most of the people in the
Yeah,
office
and I don't
are.
think yeah, and I just don't think that he would have been like, "Oh, she said yes," when she's like, "I said okay," and then she keeps talking about and how he's so oblivious to how like what was happening with Dwight and Angela. It's just
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just thought it was kind of weird, but it
Yeah.
was still funny. I liked it though.
And okay, and here's something that a lot of people complain about. So you know how when like Pam and Jim first started like being together, when
Mhm.
Pam had to leave for 3 months for art school and Jim
Yeah.
like let her do that, and then when
Mhm.
Jim wanted to do that job in that sports job, and then Pam thought it wasn't a good idea and didn't like let him. Did you think that was unfair, or do you think it was fair?
I thought it was fair just because. Well, okay. I have a couple of things. One, I thought I get where Pam is coming from because they had a kid.
Hmm.
They did they have they had two kids at that point, right?
Yeah. Well, she was
So yeah.
pregnant. I think she was pregnant
Okay.
actually.
Okay. Yeah. Which is might even be worse. Like that's just like just as hard to deal with. But anyway,
Yeah.
so like, and it wasn't, and they weren't even engaged when Pam left. Well, they were like halfway through it, but like at like when
Yeah.
Pam initially left, they were not even engaged, and they were
Yeah.
married and had kids when Jim was doing it. But then it was also Jim's job. Like that could have like he was just trying to support his family.
Hmm.
So I
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah.
I'm kind of in the middle.
Because for me, like because they only just started dating for a while. They were dating for a while when Pam got that like opportunity to do that to do the art school that she always wanted to do, and they
Mhm.
didn't have kids. They weren't married, and it was pretty normal. Except they were just in a relationship, so her leaving for 3 months wasn't the biggest deal. But when
Yeah.
Jim left, they had two kids. They had like a house to pay for because he just bought them a house,
Mhm.
and they had and the kids had like daycare they had to get brought to. They had two kids in general, so that's a lot of work. And Jim, well, he did lie. He lied about um, asking for the job. So I
Mhm.
don't think so. I think like Pam is definitely not a hypocrite, but like it's just different situations, and I don't think it's fair to compare them.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I do. Yeah, I think it was a bit more justified. Like, I don't think you can compare them like exactly the same.
Hmm.
If Jim and Pam were just dating, like when Pam left for art school, and then Jim was getting a better job, and Pam
Hmm.
was like, "No, you can't go." Then I thought that would have been unfair
Yeah,
because they wouldn't have kids, they weren't even married, they weren't even engaged.
yeah,
So I just thought it made a bit more sense when Pam didn't want Jim to
yeah.
leave because they were
Also,
married and had
Pam and
kids.
Jim talked about it, and they both agreed that Jim wouldn't do the job. And then Jim
Yeah.
still said, "Yeah, I'm gonna go do it." So
Mhm.
it's I don't know, it's just different. So
Yeah.
what is the most what was the most like hard to watch scene in The Office? Because it was like just kind of maybe you felt bad for Michael, or you were just cringing really hard.
Okay, I have quite a few. One,
Yes, yes.
when Toby puts his arm on Pam's leg.
Oh, that
Oh,
is like
I was like,
it's the
"Oh,
best,
stop." It was funny, but like, ugh,
of course.
cringe.
Hey, let
And
me teach you how to throw a football.
when
I know how to throw a football.
and when let's see. When Michael proposed to Carol,
That was the worst.
that
That
was
was the worst.
so bad. I mean, it was kind of Michael's fault, but I still felt very bad for him.
What about Scott's
And
tots?
Oh my gosh, that was my next one. I can't.
What you
It
gonna?
was so bad.
Hey, Mr. Scott, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? Make our dreams come
Make
true.
our dreams come true. It was so bad.
So good. Ooh, okay. And then what about let's see. What about him breaking up with Pam's mom on her birthday in front of
Oh
Jim and Pam?
gosh, I'm glad he broke up with her, but like, wow, really?
Yeah, that that was the worst. And how did any other scenes that you kind of cringed at?
Not that I can think of.
Mm-hmm. Something that always made me cringe was Stanley's daughter who was hitting on Ryan, and then
Oh
like
gosh,
Stanley thought Ryan
yelled
was
at
trying to actually
Ryan.
get with it. Boy, have you lost your
Oh
mind? Because
man,
I'll help you
cause
find
I'll
it.
help you find it.
Yeah, it's just poor guy.
Yep. He did
Ooh,
start the fire though, so
he
maybe it was
did start the
justified.
fire the guy.
Fired
Ooh,
guy.
what do you think is your favorite episode?
Dinner party for sure. So good. It's
That is
so
a good
good.
one. You destroy my platinum
Um,
screen TV.
good luck paying that on your $0 salary year plus benefits, babe.
Snip,
um,
snap, snip, snap, snip, snap. You have no idea what 3 vasectomies have on a guy.
oh gosh, that was so bad.
Snip, snap.
I liked.
You burn
I
it.
I
You
also
buy
really
it.
like Branch Wars. That one was so good.
The eye is the groin of the head.
They broke the
Uh,
industrial copier.
happy. The crown jewel. Uh, what do you? Who's your? What do you think is your? Do you have a favorite moment? I guess. Like funniest moment, favorite
Um,
moment.
I really like my favorite Michael moment is well, okay, I have a few favorite Michael moments. One of them is on dinner party when he was I forget what he was saying. He was like he was talking about burning something and she's like, "Oh, you could burn my candles." He's like, "Oh, I'll be your first customer." And she goes, "Well, you're hardly my first." And he
First,
goes,
that's
"That's what she said." And, like the way he says it is so like he was mad, but he still felt the need to say that. So it was
you
really funny
burn
to
it,
me.
you buy it.
Oh yeah, that was it. And
You take me
when
by the hand.
he oh gosh. And when he declared bankruptcy, that was so funny. He just like walks out of the room. It's like,
You can't
"I
just say
declare
I didn't.
bankruptcy."
Can't just say bankruptcy. I didn't say it. I declared it.
And
Yeah,
what was another good one?
so good.
Let's see. There's I'm trying to think. I like the quote, "I want people to be afraid of how much they love me." That's a good one.
That is very good. So now that you finished The Office, what shows do you want to watch now? Do you have any shows that you've always wanted to watch?
No, I really don't.
Wow. There was a show
Well,
that
The
just left
Mandalorian, but
Netflix. Oh yeah, you need to watch that. There was a show that just left left Netflix on September. That '70s show. Have you watched that?
I've heard of it, but I've never watched it.
Oh, it is so good. If you ever get a chance to watch it, you need to watch it. It is the best show of all time.
Mm, I
It's just
should.
a bunch of high schooler kids in the '70s being high
That's funny.
school kids. So yeah, it was funny. Also
Well,
Seinfeld, that's coming to Netflix. That I think that's a good show to
oh, it
watch.
is. I've
Yeah,
never seen it, but yeah, I know what it is.
uh-huh. Well, any
Yeah, I can't
last
really think of
thoughts
any
on
other
The
shows.
Office?
Well,
Wow.
this isn't really related to The Office, but
Yeah,
I've been listening to the podcast The Office Ladies. That is a
that
good
is
podcast. Not as good as this
that
one,
is
but it is a good
related to The
podcast.
Office.
Well, I mean, like it's not like the show related to the. I mean, it's related to the show, but it's not
Yeah.
about the show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not the show, but it's just related to the
And
show. You know what I mean?
yeah. I definitely recommend it. Um, yeah, I think it was a good. I think it's a good podcast. I definitely recommend it
Yes,
because
but
like each
recommend ours
episode.
first, and then the Office Ladies.
Exactly. Yeah. When you go to their podcast, tell them that the A miners brought you. So,
Yes.
yep.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, because
Maybe we'll
like
collab with them one day.
each podcast episode, it's pretty much just like each episode they start the first one they start with episode 1 of season 1. The second episode is episode 1 of season 1 is episode 2 of season 1, and they just keep going and they're
Yeah.
doing every single episode of The Office. And I
Yeah,
guess
it's pretty
once they
cool.
get to the end, they're gonna stop. But yeah, because right now they're about on season 4, I think.
Yeah, I
So
think so.
you still got time to go watch them. And yeah, another podcast I think would be is worth watching would be what's it called?
What is it
Uh,
called, Ellie?
I'm trying to think of the name. Oh yeah, An Oral History of The Office with Brian Baumgartner, the guy who plays Kevin. Like I haven't listened to it yet, but
Oh,
I've heard it's really good. And they're about
that's cool.
40 minutes each, like each episode, and there's 12 of them right now. And yeah, I've heard good things about it. I should probably listen to it, but I recommend it.
Mm-hmm.
So
You
yeah,
recommend it, even though you've never heard it. All right.
exactly, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think I do like the Office Ladies podcast. I haven't listened to that much of it. I think I listened to a few episodes, but
Yeah.
it's good. I like how they break stuff down, and then
Mm-hmm.
I like just like Angela and Jenna. Who's plays Pam. I
Yeah.
think that's just like I just never saw like just those two characters like in the show at least like their characters in the show. I never saw them doing a podcast together. Like their actresses make sense because Angela's not a little
Say the
fool
word.
in real life. I'm
Oh
not
yeah.
saying the word because this is a Christian channel.
This is a
Podcast
Chris.
channel, same thing.
It is a YouTube channel, so I guess you are safe. But once we get on Spotify, it's not going to be a channel anymore. So hear that,
Mhm.
Spotify? Let us be on your app, please.
Yes, do it. Um, oh, I don't think I've ever told you this before, but Rainn Wilson, the actor who plays Dwight, he lives like right outside my town,
Wow, that
and
is
like
amazing.
multiple friends of mine have seen him in my town.
That is amazing.
I know. I want to meet him, and like a couple of friends of mine have been like, I met Dwight today, and I'm like, lucky.
Bro, you should let him sign something.
Yeah, I don't know
And you
what.
should say write it
I-
to this girl named Ellie, and then yeah, give it to me.
Yeah, my sister has a Dundee. Maybe I could just steal that.
Oh yeah, don't throw it at a plasma screen TV though.
Yeah, because I make a $0 salary.
Yes, but yeah, I would. I've never really met anyone famous ever.
I haven't
Like
either.
I've met like football or baseball players, but like
Yeah,
I'm
same.
not
I've
into
met
sports.
yeah. Do you know Jacob and Cody Hollister?
Who?
They play for the I don't even know who they play for anymore. Like they used to play for the Patriots, I think.
We're
I've met them.
we're
And
gamers,
they're
guys.
twins.
We don't know sports.
Yeah, we're gamers. We play FIFA. We don't watch
Yeah.
we don't watch
We watch
sports. We
esports.
play Madden and yes. I'm just kidding. We don't play. I don't really play many sports games.
Same.
But anyway, my point is, I would love to meet Dwight someday. So Rainn Wilson, if you're watching this, please come to my house. I'll give you my address.
Yes.
Just ask
Same.
for it in the comments.
You might have to actually like go on a plane to get to see me, but I'd say it's worth it.
You don't have to go on a plane to see me. You just have to get in your car for like 20 minutes.
Oh yeah, that can be a hassle though. 20 minutes.
I don't think he doesn't. So he doesn't live in my right outside my town. He has a house right outside my town. So he's like here like I don't know how
Oh,
often
yeah.
he's there actually there, but he has a house there.
So I thought he lives in California.
I think he does, but he has a does have a house right outside of my town, so that's pretty cool.
Yep, that's pretty cool. That
Mm-hmm.
I would love to meet Dwight, or Michael, or Andy, or Jim, anyone.
Yeah. If you could meet one person from The Office, like one of the actors, who would you choose?
Probably, probably John Krasinski.
Yeah.
Just I don't know. He seems like the best, like the most approachable. Like I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Like there or Brian Baumgartner. Like he's super nice too.
Yeah.
Like
Uh-huh.
he made a couple million just off those cameo videos.
Wow.
Like have you heard of those videos? Those cameo videos? Like
I've heard of something like that. I don't know what it
like
is though.
pretty much you can spend like it depends on like what I guess celebrity it is, but like you can spend maybe a couple $100 for them to make like a couple minute video of like specifically for you, and
Oh,
it
really?
could be like parents buying it so Kevin could say happy birthday to their kid or something.
Oh, that's cool.
That is it's so and he made a couple of million, and he was like the most profitable guy or person on that website.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I think I would like to meet
Hmm.
Angela Kinsey, just so I could say Angela, where's Angela? Oh, I didn't see you behind that grain of rice.
What is
I don't
she?
know how. I think she might be offended by that though, and then she might not
Yeah,
give you an autograph. But
she's actually like the same height as Angela Martin.
yeah, or Shroot.
Or that, yeah, okay. I guess that's fair.
Potentially Bernard. Almost
Bernard, yeah,
Bernard.
Andy Bernard, Miss
Angela.
Nardog.
Okay, but like based on my favorite character, I would like to meet Ed Helms just because Andy is my favorite character.
Yeah,
But I think Angela's who I relate to most in the show. So
hating everyone you see.
no, I don't hate everyone I see, but I just mean like the her mood is just like it's me
Uh-huh.
basically.
Yeah. Yeah, I can get that because a lot of people kind of like relate to those kind of characters, like Squidward from SpongeBob.
Hmm.
Like you
Yeah,
grow up and you're like, oh,
exactly.
this guy's like the worst. He's so mean. But then you grow up and he's like,
You're
man,
like, oh.
SpongeBob freaking annoying. Yeah. So yeah, that and I guess I don't know. Angela probably up there for me to meet. Also, Paul Lieberstein. That I would love to meet Toby.
I walk up to him and be like, if I had a gun and two bullets and I was in a room with Hitler, Bin Laden, and Toby, I'd shoot Toby twice, and then I'd walk away.
You just walk away. What if he? Yeah,
No, I
he
would.
could call the cops on you. Threatening him.
Yeah,
You could. A minor
I would sing
gets
goodbye,
arrested.
Toby.
Cops called. Gone sexual. Gone wrong.
Gone sexual with Toby.
Rubbed my
Jeez.
knee.
Toby rubbed my knee. No, he taught me how to play football.
I know how to throw a football. Of course you do.
No, you don't, Pam. Shut up. No offense,
Um.
Jenna.
Wow. You hate women. Confirmed.
I do not. I never said that. What are you talking about?
Let's see. Also, I don't know. Meeting Steve could be cool because then you also meet you meet Michael and
Gru.
Carol. You can meet Michael and Carol.
Oh yeah, cause isn't he married to the girl who plays Carol?
Yeah. Can you imagine doing that though? Like being to your partner, you're engaging them in a show, like you're acting, you're engaging them, and then they're rejecting you. Like that. That's
Yeah,
you.
that must hurt.
Oof. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe BJ Novak. That'd be cool too. Meeting Ryan,
Yeah,
because
because he started the fire.
yeah, he is the fire.
He is the fire.
So I guess anyone. I guess I'd be fine with meeting anyone. I guess, to be
Yeah.
honest.
The one I'm most likely to meet is Dwight, which would be sick. I would love that.
Uh-huh. I don't think I'm most likely
So
to meet
yeah.
anyone. No one lives in my state.
Yeah.
So sad.
Oof.
Let's,
Well, maybe one day.
maybe one day I'll move to Scranton, Pennsylvania.
Yeah. I would like to meet Steve Carell, because then I'd also be meeting Gru.
Oh yeah,
So,
Gru,
you know.
Gorals,
Gordos.
Light Bulb. Those movies are good. Those movies, like Despicable Me,
They are. The
I
first one
really
was actually very funny.
the first one was very good. I remember when it was first coming out, and I really really wanted to see that movie. Like I kept asking
Me
my
too.
mom like every day. I was like, I need to see this movie, and my mom was like, okay, I don't really care. And I was like, but it grew. So yeah, but
Gru.
and that but then she ended up liking it. She thought it was gonna be stupid. It wasn't. It was actually good.
That was actually my grandma like loves those movies.
Uh huh.
That's like I don't know why, but like I mean they're funny. I just like my grandma would be like the last person I'd expect to like those movies, but
Mm-hmm.
I mean she does. So
Cause and like Minions, this is just like Cars. Minions are good, but when you get too much of them, like then it just gets to be much. Like they do not need their own movie. Because like with
yeah,
Cars, Tomater does not need his own movie, especially when it's not even
yeah,
called Tomater. It's called Cars 2. But
yep, exactly.
I still liked Cars 2 though. So that's
You
so
did? Oh my
I
gosh!
like it. I like it for what it is. I think
Wow.
I think it's good, but it's not the best. Like there are better Pixar movies, like Incredibles or Toy Story or
Yeah.
Ratatouille or Wall-E or Up or
Mhm.
soon to be Soul. I think that's gonna be really good.
Yeah.
But yeah. So outside of The Office, what celebrity do you most want to meet?
Actors or just any celebrity?
Any celebrity,
Paul
singer,
McCartney.
Paul McCartney. That's fair. That's
Yeah.
fair. I think mine would definitely be Paul Rudd, just because he's my
Yeah.
favorite actor, and I've known him like way before I saw Ant Man. So like he was in
Yeah.
Friends, and yeah,
Mhm.
he's just a cool guy.
I
But
bet
yeah,
he is a cool guy. I'd like to meet him.
hmm he's Ant Man. Ant
Mhm.
Man.
He is.
But let's see. I guess if but for like singers, I guess it would be Paul McCartney. I guess or Ringo
Yeah.
Starr. You know,
Mhm.
but it would be yeah. I don't know. It'd probably be one of those two, because I just don't know. There's not many singers that like today's singers. I guess that I'm really into. It's more older music,
Yeah, same.
and
Same.
like they're starting to like pass away because that's how
I
age
know. It's
works,
so sad.
and it's really sad.
I know.
But,
Yeah, Paul is my favorite Beatle. So,
uh-huh.
like even if John Lennon was alive, I think I'd rather meet Paul McCartney.
Yeah.
Um, cuz he's my favorite Beatle. So, yeah.
Uh-huh. Fair. It's fair. Yeah. I guess just meeting any celebrity would be cool because I've never met one.
Yeah. Mhm.
Because I wonder what
The closest I've
it's like. Like, what is it like to meet a celebrity? Because it's almost like they're real,
Mhm.
but you've never
You've
actually
never seen them
seen
in
them.
person.
Yeah, so seeing them in person is like, ooh, you're new, but you're not that new. I don't know.
Yeah. The closest I've been, do you know the band No Doubt?
Yeah, I've heard of them.
So like that was Gwen Stefani's band in
Oh
like the
yeah,
90s.
yeah.
My dad is really good friends with the guitarist for that. So I've met
Oh,
him.
that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like the closest I've gone though. I
hmm
didn't meet Gwen Stefani, but
Oh, so sad.
yeah.
I would actually like to meet John Williams or John Williams, Michael Giacchino, or Hans Zimmer, like all composers.
Mhm.
Those would be three
Yeah.
people I'd love to meet.
John Williams is my favorite composer. I would love to meet him.
Yeah, but like I don't know. I can't. I don't know. Mm, I can't choose between the three. I can't. It's
Yeah,
too hard.
that's what she said.
Whoa. You burn it, you
I
buy it.
basically I can be your first customer.
You hardly my first.
That's what she said.
That's what she said. Oh man, I need to rewatch that show, and I don't have that much time.
I know it's coming out of Netflix this month. It's
Yep,
so
it
sad.
is so sad because it's been on there for years,
I
and
know, and it's the most streamed show on Netflix.
yep, and Netflix. doesn't even want it off. Like it's not their call. It's NBC's.
Yeah, stupid NBC. You ruin everything.
Yeah. But actually, a show that's on Netflix, that I do recommend is called Cobra Kai, and that's a really good
You
show.
talk about this all the
It
time.
is it's a good show. It is such a
It's
good
the
show.
Karate Kid show.
Yes, it is such a good show. Like it was originally on YouTube Red, and now it still is, or YouTube Premium. But now the third season and the first two seasons are on Netflix, and
Mm-hmm.
well, the third one is coming on Netflix next month. But it's so good. You need to watch it.
Maybe I will. I haven't seen Karate Kid though, so.
You need to watch. Well, there's 3 Karate Kid movies. I would say at least watch the first 2 before watching Cobra Kai.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, well, it's a good show. I recommend it. Yeah.
Well, anything else you would like to say?
Watch Breaking Bad and The Walking Dead. Those are really good shows
Okay.
too. I guess watch any show because Netflix has a lot of them.
Yeah, they do.
Yep. Well,
I
are we
think
out of
that's
time?
gonna do it.
I guess we're out of time.
Yeah, we've been going for like almost an hour on this recording, not counting the last recording, which was like
Yep.
25 minutes. So this is gonna be a long one.
And
That's what she said.
yeah, this is
And
gonna be a long one. and we don't even have a guest. And this is gonna be longer
I know.
than the one with the mom and nerd. It's
Well, probably because she's just boring.
oh yeah, she is pretty boring. Like
Yeah.
she stopped sponsoring her videos too.
I know. When the video didn't get 1 million views, she was just like, okay, no.
Okay, this is not worth it. Yeah. And
Yeah. Well, anyway.
with all these cuts and stuff, our videos have always been the hour and 3 minutes. I don't think that's gonna happen this week. It's gonna be like an hour and
No.
23 minutes.
Yeah. Well, hopefully you guys enjoyed the hour plus long episode that this was. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe.
Follow
And,
us on all of our social medias to be in our description. You know, like our TikToks, our Tinders,
Google Plus.
You know, Google Plus.
Google Plus.
Yep. Our Club Penguin accounts. Just follow them all.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Jenna Fisher / Angela Kinsey, if you guys are watching this, please let us collab with you.
Please. And we can talk about The Office.
Please. Yeah, that'd be so awesome. If I
It
could
would
talk
be
about
amazing.
it with...
Yep, especially since I'm an actual Office fan and Zach doesn't even like the show.
I did not like it when I first watched it because I only watched season 1 and I didn't really like season 1. But then other seasons were good.
Whatever. Yeah, okay, whatever.
You know what? Well, okay. Well, anyway, thanks for watching, guys, or listening, whatever you're doing. Like,
We'll
subscribe,
see you on
do
the
all that
flippity
jazz.
flop.
We will see you on the flippity flop. And, yeah, hopefully you guys don't die out there because it's winter and it snows and the roads are slippery. So be safe.
And there's a deadly disease out there.
Well, what if it's gone by the time this video is uploaded, though?
Okay, well, if it's gone by next week, then dang, epic.
That would be pretty epic. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Stay safe out there. We will see you next time. Later.
Bye.